All right, so are you ready to dive into some serious speculation today?
Always up for a good deep dive.
Welcome, me too. So today we are going to be looking into this whole Tesla phone thing.
Yes, the Model Pi.
Exactly. Have you been seeing all this stuff online about it?
Oh, yeah. It's everywhere.
I know there are articles, forum threads. It's crazy. And they're saying all kinds of things about it.
Like what?
Well, like that it will have Starlink internet built right in.
Wow.
Yeah, and that you'll be able to use it to control your Tesla.
Interesting.
And even some are saying that it will have solar charging.
Really? Solar charging?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right?
Yeah, definitely wild.
So we've got a ton of research here that we're going to go through.
Okay, sounds good.
So we're going to try to figure out what's real and what's just internet hype.
Yeah, let's separate fact from fiction.
All right, so the first thing we need to address is this statement from Elon Musk.
Okay.
He said, and I quote, "We are not going to do a Tesla phone."
He did say that.
Yeah, it was during a live stream. So that seems pretty definitive, right?
I mean, it does seem like he's saying no Tesla phone.
Right. Case closed?
Well, but there's a little more to it than that.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, there is.
What do you mean?
Well, he did say we are not going to do a Tesla phone.
Right.
But he also added a little caveat.
Oh, a caveat. Tell me more.
He said that they might consider making a phone if
If what?
Apple or Google started to act as gatekeepers
Gatekeepers, how?
to the app world.
Yo, so like restricting apps or something?
Exactly. Like if they made it difficult for Tesla to have their own apps or something like that.
Okay, so he's saying that they wouldn't make a phone unless they feel like they were being forced to.
Yeah, basically.
That's interesting.
It is interesting.
So it sounds like there's a possibility.
Well, there's a tiny possibility.
Okay, a tiny possibility.
Yeah, it's not completely out of the question.
So what would it take for them to actually make a phone?
Well, I think it would take a major shift in the smartphone landscape.
Like what?
Well, think about it. The smartphone market is already incredibly competitive.
True. You've got Apple and Samsung just dominating everything.
Exactly. And they have billions of dollars to spend on research and development and marketing.
It's crazy how much money they put into those phones.
I know, it's a lot.
So for Tesla to enter that market, they would really need to have something special.
Yeah, they need a real game changer.
And they'd need to be able to convince people to switch from their iPhones and Androids.
Which is no easy task.
Nope, not at all. But I guess it has been done before.
I mean, yeah, new companies have entered the market and been successful.
Yeah, but it's rare.
Definitely rare.
And it's especially difficult when you're going up against giants like Apple and Samsung.
Yeah, they are tough competition.
Okay, so we've talked about the competition.
Right.
But what about Tesla themselves?
What about them?
Well, do they even have the resources to develop a phone?
That's a good question.
They are already doing so much.
They are working on electric vehicles and sustainable energy solutions.
Right, and artificial intelligence.
Yeah, they have a lot on their plate.
So it makes you wonder, where would a phone even fit into all that?
Yeah, would it be a distraction from their main goals?
Or would it be a way to further those goals?
That's the question, isn't it?
It is. So we need to think about what Tesla's priorities are.
Yeah, what are they really focused on right now?
Okay, so let's do that. Let's take a closer look at what Tesla's doing.
Yeah.
And see if we can figure out where a phone would fit in.
Okay, let's do it.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so Tesla, they are all about transformative projects, right? They want to change the world.
Yeah, they want to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy.
Exactly. And they are doing that through their electric vehicles and their solar panels and their batteries.
And their self-driving cars.
Oh, yeah, don't forget about those.
And Starlink.
Starlink, yeah, that's another big one.
So they're tackling some pretty huge projects.
They are. They are thinking big.
And a phone just doesn't seem to fit into that picture right now.
Yeah, it's not exactly a world-changing innovation, is it?
Not really. I mean, it could be a cool gadget.
Sure.
But it's not going to solve the climate crisis.
Nope.
Or revolutionize transportation.
Not really.
So I guess the question is, does Tesla need to make a phone to achieve its mission?
And right now, the answer seems to be no.
Okay, so let's recap what we've learned so far.
Right.
We know that Elon Musk has said that Tesla is not going to make a phone.
Right.
But he also said that they might consider it if Apple or Google started acting as gatekeepers.
That's true.
And we know that the smartphone market is incredibly competitive.
Extremely competitive.
And that Tesla's already working on a lot of other projects.
Huge projects.
Right, so it seems unlikely that they would add a phone to their to-do list right now.
It does seem unlikely.
But that unless from Elon Musk is still out there?
It is lingering.
So we can't rule out the possibility entirely.
Definitely not.
So what do you think? What are the chances that we'll see a Tesla phone in the future?
I'd say the chances are slim.
Slim, but not impossible.
Exactly. Slim, but not impossible.
Okay, well, that's a good place to leave it for now.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have, and in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to take a closer look at the smartphone landscape.
Okay.
And we're going to try to figure out what would need to happen for a Tesla phone to become a reality.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so stay tuned for more.
And thanks for listening.
We'll be right back after the break. So we figured out that a Tesla phone isn't happening, like, right now.
Yeah, not at this moment.
But we still need to look at, like, the bigger picture.
Yeah, the future.
Right. What could make the whole smartphone world change enough for Elon Musk and Tesla to, like, actually think about making a phone?
Okay, well, first we got to really get into, like, the nitty-gritty of the smartphone world as it is now.
Okay, yeah, the battlefield.
Exactly. It's like this super intense competition, and Apple and Samsung are like the kings right now.
Yeah, they're huge.
And they have so much money, billions and billions of dollars that they pour into making their phones better and, you know, all the marketing.
It's mind-blowing how much money they spend. It's like they have a money printing machine.
Right. And that's something Tesla would have to think about really seriously.
Oh, for sure.
It's not enough to just, like, make a cool new phone.
Nope, people actually have to, like, want to buy it.
Exactly. You got to get into people's heads, you
Yeah.
know, and convince them to ditch their iPhones and their Galaxies and whatever else they got.
It's all about the marketing and the hype.
Totally. And that's where that Amazon Fire Phone thing comes back in.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Why did that phone fail?
Well, it's a good lesson for anyone wanting to get into the phone game, even a company as big as Tesla.
I see what you're saying. So what exactly went wrong with the Fire phone, and what can Tesla, like, learn from that?
Okay, so the Fire Phone, it had some kind of cool stuff, like the 3D screen and some unique features.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it just wasn't enough to, like, pull people away from, like, the Apple and the Android world.
You mean like the apps and stuff?
Yeah, they didn't have as many apps, and some of the features were kind of gimmicky.
So people weren't convinced.
Nope, they just stuck with what they knew.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So for Tesla to even think about a phone, they need more than just a great device.
Yeah, way more. They need to build this whole ecosystem that's better than what's already out there.
A Tesla ecosystem.
Okay.
I like how that sounds. What would that even look like?
Well, they would have to offer something totally unique.
Because something unique and better than Apple and Samsung.
Exactly. Something that would make people say, I gotta have that Tesla phone.
Well, they make cars, right?
They do.
Maybe they could do something with that, like make the phone work perfectly with Teslas.
Oh, yeah. Now you're thinking, like, imagine if you could, like, control your Tesla with your phone, like adjust the temperature before you even get in.
That would be cool. Or
Yeah.
see how much charge you have left.
Yeah, exactly. Or even, like, summon your car from the parking lot.
Ooh, self-driving features controlled from your phone. That would be pretty awesome.
You're right. That kind of integration could be a major selling point.
But it can't just be about the car, right?
You're right. It would need to go beyond just car stuff to really compete.
So what else could they do?
Well, let's get really wild for a second and just pretend like Tesla is making a phone.
Okay,
All
I'm ready to pretend.
right. So imagine this phone. What would it be like? What would make it special?
Well, it would have to look really cool, like sleek and minimalist, you know?
Yeah. True to the Tesla style.
High-end materials,
Yeah.
top-notch performance, and like maybe they can make it really sustainable.
Oh, interesting. Like using recycled materials.
Yeah. Or maybe they could design it so it uses way less energy.
That would fit their brand for sure. And they are amazing with batteries.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe they could make a phone with like crazy long battery life.
That would be a game changer.
No more battery anxiety.
Exactly.
Okay, but what about the software? You know,
Yeah, what kind of operating system would it run on?
would they build their own from scratch? You know, completely custom made?
That'd be ambitious.
Or maybe they'd take an existing one and like tweak it to fit their vision.
Ooh. Or maybe they could do something totally unexpected.
Like what?
Like build an operating system that's all about artificial intelligence.
Whoa.
Think about it. They're already experts in self-driving and neural networks.
True.
So maybe they could make a phone that's like super smart.
A phone that like learns your habits and anticipates your needs.
It would be like having a personal AI assistant in your pocket.
Now that's an interesting idea.
It is, right? And then remember how Elon Musk said they might make a phone if Apple and Google became gatekeepers?
Yeah.
Well, what if Tesla made a phone that had a completely open app ecosystem?
Oh, you mean like no restrictions?
Exactly. Developers could make any kind of app they wanted.
That would be a big draw for developers who are tired of all the rules.
That could lead to a whole explosion of new and innovative apps.
Yeah, it could be a whole new way of thinking about apps.
Okay, so we've got this amazing vision of a Tesla phone,
It's a pretty cool vision.
but let's not get carried away.
Yeah, we got to come back to reality.
Right, this is all just speculation.
Exactly. As of right now, there's no Tesla phone in the works.
Okay, so let's bring it back down to earth for a minute.
Good idea.
What have we learned?
Well, based on everything we know, a Tesla phone is not happening anytime soon.
Okay, so no need to hold off on buying a new phone,
Probably not.
but we also know that things can change.
Oh, yeah. The tech world is constantly evolving.
And there's always the chance that something could happen that would make Tesla change their mind.
Like those gatekeeper restrictions that Elon Musk mentioned.
Right, so never say never.
Especially in the world of technology, anything is possible.
So even though a Tesla phone is just a fantasy for now,
It's a fun fantasy.
it is. It really makes you think about the future of smartphones.
And it makes you appreciate how innovative Tesla is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're always pushing the boundaries.
Always one step ahead.
So maybe someday we will see a Tesla phone.
Who knows?
But until then, we can dream.
We can dream.
Okay, so we spent a lot of time talking about this Tesla phone.
Yeah, it's a pretty fascinating topic, even if it's all hypothetical.
It's really made us think about the whole tech world.
Yeah, and all the different forces at play.
Like how much power these big tech companies have.
Exactly, and how fast things are changing.
But even if we forget about all the hype around a Tesla phone,
Right. Let's get back to basics.
yeah, we still learned a lot about the smartphone market itself.
Oh, definitely. Like how competitive it is.
Seriously competitive.
And how much money you need to even play the game.
It's mind-boggling, like billions of dollars.
And then even if you have the money.
You still need to make a product that people actually want.
Exactly. That's where the Amazon Fire Phone comes in.
Right, it's a cautionary tale.
Big time. It shows that even a giant company can fail if they don't get it right.
So what does all this mean for our listeners?
Yeah, like should they wait for a Tesla phone or what?
Should they hold off on buying a new phone just in case?
Well, based on everything we've talked about.
Right, all the research and Elon Musk's statements?
It seems pretty unlikely that a Tesla phone is coming anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that
So if you need a new phone,
go ahead and get one.
don't wait for the Model Pi.
Yeah, but
What?
we also know that the tech world is unpredictable.
Oh, yeah. Things change fast.
And Tesla is known for doing the unexpected.
They're always surprising us.
So there's always a chance
It's a tiny chance.
that they could pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah. And announce a phone tomorrow.
Right. So we can't completely rule it out.
Never say never.
Exactly. Especially with Tesla.
But for now, I think it's best to just enjoy the speculation.
Yeah. And keep dreaming about what a Tesla phone could be.
A phone that's seamlessly integrated with your car.
A phone with crazy long battery life.
A phone that's powered by AI.
The possibilities are endless.
It's exciting to think about.
It is. So even though a Tesla phone might just be a fantasy,
A fun fantasy.
the conversations it has sparked are really valuable.
They make us think about the future of technology.
And they remind us that anything is possible.
So keep dreaming
Keep innovating.
and keep exploring the amazing world of technology. And thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We'll see you next time.